Today, I am rating every single skin in Marvel Rivals Season 3. Just as a quick reminder, these are my own personal thoughts and opinions on how each of these characters look, and I would love to hear what you guys think down in the comments. And we're gonna begin this list with the character that started Season 3, and that is this bitch. I feel like I need to explain myself with this one because I fucking hate this character. Back when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out, Dark Phoenix, level 3 X Factor, was such a bitch to go against. Like this, she was unstoppable. And even in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where you were given more tools and options and more broken characters, she was still really, really good. And just whole teams were built just around getting this character out, and it was a whole freaking thing. So I have a massive disdain for this lady. Trying my best to put that all aside. In Marvel Rivals, I also don't really like the way that this costume looks. Her actual outfit itself is very armory. I don't really like the shininess of it, and there's so many different lines with it. It just looks kind of ugly to look at. The chest piece and the shoulder pads just look really stupid. It has that like crumbly, like volcanic scaly effect, and also with the Phoenix logo not being the same color as her bottom. It's just a really, really awkward design. I think that the headpiece is okay, but everything below that, it looks like a jumbled mess, and I really don't like it. I really don't. I'm not gonna talk about the Phoenix Force stando being behind her because it doesn't really matter all that much. It's a neat idea, it's just kind of not really my thing. I think if they simplified it and made it a more like comic-y costume, it would look better. But as it stands right now, it just doesn't really look great to look at. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. And the recolor has that same problem. However, I think it works better because it's more red like on the entire body. And I think it looks way cleaner this way. The rest of the skin is still the same, like with the textures and everything. But I think the fact that the colors of the body piece and the leg piece being similar enough, it makes it a little nicer to look at, even if I'm not a fan of the color itself on this character. So this one I'm gonna give like a 6.5 out of 10. Now, talking about her ranked skin, this is actually my first time seeing this skin. Kind of fixes that problem that I had with this skin, but it's not the same color. Just like a tealish color. I don't really like it as much as the other one. I like it more than the other one, so it is gonna get like a 6. And this is no Dark Phoenix bias at all. We're gonna talk about that in the Season 4 video. Now, Chaos Phoenix is her legendary costume that she got for the season, and this costume looks ugly as shit. Getting this out of the way, you guys know I don't like the galaxy stuff. Just like her other costume, this just feels like a jumbled mess. It's like they wanted to fuse the Phoenix powers with Wanda's Chaos powers, but it doesn't mesh well. This entire side right here is her Phoenix stuff, right? And then the other half is like Phoenix with Chaos powers, and it just doesn't look that visually pleasing. Like, it really, here's how I would fix this costume. Take away the scaly shit on the side, keep the Phoenix logo the way that it is. You can have this purple feather shoulder pad, put it on the other side so you still have the shoulder pad, have this sleeve mirrored on this side, and then there you go. And then the Phoenix tail actually does look cool. So the potential is there. It's just a jumbled mess right now. As this stands, I'm gonna give it like a 4 out of 10. It has the potential to be like a 7 or an 8, but when we get to Wanda's, I think it looks a million times better. Our second character of the season was Blade, and oh my god, this man looks so cool, guys. Obviously, I'm a Devil May Cry player, and he is wearing a trench coat with swords and guns and all of this like badass armor. What I really like about this outfit is that it feels like almost like not like a casual Blade, but like he got a call to go vampire hunting, and he just like put on his uniform, put on his jacket, and boom, he's ready to work. Like, it reminds me a little bit of DMC5 Dante, but less homeless and a little more class. The vest is awesome. I love the spikes that he has. The trench coat looks amazing, and I love the red outlines on there with the knee pads and then the shin pads. And this is what I like about these types of outfits. That is used for when he's kneeling or if he's doing like a shin kick or something. It just adds a little bit of extra protection, and I like that practicality that's there. The sword, the gun look cool. Obviously he has the shades. Guys, this is like a 10 out of 10. I love this design for Blade, and it's not because I'm a Devil May Cry player, but there is a little bit of that in here. And now we have this piece of shit. This is so freaking ugly. It is Lakers Blade. Here's how I would fix this. Just make the coat white. This looks really good. This looks awful. Purple's okay. It's the yellow that really makes it disgusting. It kills it so bad that it's like a 5 or a 4 out of 10. It is really that bad. And for Blade's final skin, we have the Polarity Edge, which is the first skin that we had in this set where they combine the Phoenix powers with the Venom powers. And I gotta be honest, it doesn't really work here for me. It's like there's two different outfits that they wanted to go for, and then they just combine them together. If it was separated, each of them would look better. Like you can see, like if I tilt it this way, there's the Phoenix outfit. If I tilt it this way, there's the symbiote outfit. And having it together mixed like this, in my opinion, just doesn't really work. The sword designs do look cool though, I will say. Like, and having it infused with the symbiote and the Phoenix, like it is a nice touch, but the rest of the skin, unfortunately, it just doesn't work for me. So this is gonna be another 5 out of 10 for me. Adam Warlock's only skin is this white recolor. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of hurts my eyes. I think that the all white actually does look pretty nice, and then he has like the gold lines. It just shows how many lines this character actually has on his skin that you don't normally see. It's a recolor. It was free in the battle pass, so 6 out of 10. The Black Panther also got a free skin in the battle pass, and it is the Golden Panther. He's got some bling on him, let me tell you. The gold actually does look really cool. I'm also gonna give this one like a 6, maybe like a 6.5. Phoenix Panther is really cool. I like this. Obviously, it's because he's wearing black and red, and the gold armor looks wonderful. Like, kind of what I was saying with the Blade costume. Imagine this costume split in half, and then the other half is the symbiote. Like, it would look stupid. I think this looks really good. I love the scorpion mask, and I love that you can see his eyes, and he has a little crown there, too. And the flame effects are also really cool, too. So this one, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Phoenix Winnow really puts the goon in Gooner for the Marvel Rivals skins, huh? I don't really feel anything with this. It's just another Phoenix skin that is maybe just slightly too revealing. It looks okay. Her breasts are on fire. So I think I'd say that today. I do like how the scarf is wrapped around and then she has the hood up with the glasses and then the pink hair. Like, it does look cool. I'll give it like a 10 out of 10. This is kind of what I want to see from these polarity skins. And it makes sense for this character. Cloak has the symbiote. Dagger has the Phoenix, and it works because they're two different characters and they have that symmetry, and it looks good. What I said about that Black Widow skin also applies to Dagger, and I don't like the headpiece, but I don't think anyone's looking at that headpiece. Cloak looks really dope though, and like especially with the symbiote effects too. Obviously he has a bit of that gold because of the Phoenix stuff, so it's not really 100% symbiote. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, pretty much because I like one half a lot more than the other half, and I feel like I can't just give this a 10 because Dagger looks the way that she does. Old Man Strange looks so cool. He looks like an older, seasoned wizard who is also Kakashi. He's wearing the white, and that kind of goes into that like elderly, seasoned wizard vibe, and obviously like the Dumbledore beard and the hair. I don't know why, but the blue kind of makes me feel like it's like otherworldly magic, like it's a different color because of that. The cloak, not really vibing with that design on the back. If I ignore that, the rest of the cloak looks cool. I would probably give this a 7 out of 10. It's not amazing to me, but it's one of those skins that I look and I'm like, it's cool that they put this in here. Phoenix Diamond, which Bro, what the fuck are they doing with these? All right, so the Phoenix breastplate looks really nice. Probably my favorite part about this whole design, as well as just the overall symmetry of the suit. Oh wait, actually that back piece. Oh, look at the Phoenix wings and the tailcoats are on fire. Oh, that's dope. So I know that she has like the flame effect on her eye, and a couple of other characters have it too. I feel like the flame on the breastplate is enough. I don't think we needed that. 10 out of 10. Symbiote Groot looks terrifying. I can't see the lovable, huggable Groot like this. I don't want to go up and hug him. I want to run away from him. Now I'm afraid that that butterfly is gonna get eaten by Groot. Like, look at him staring hungrily at the butterfly. That's not cute. I don't know how to rate this one because I really don't like it because it doesn't feel like Groot. I think on any other character, this would work. But on Groot, it just, I don't know. I just can't. I am symbiote Groot out of 10. So Hawkeye got a Twitch drop. Because it's purple, it works very well. This is more purple than his regular outfit, right? Yeah, like, so this is like a dark purple. This is a light purple. And I think that for Hawkeye, it's very appropriate. The light blue, being the main contender for what I don't really like about these outfits, I think works here just a little bit. Like if it was black, I think it would be fine, but because it's blue, it just stands out with like that sort of neonish effect. I think this is a very solid recolor for Hawkeye, and I think it works very well because his primary color is purple. I'm going to give an 8 out of 10, maybe like a 7-ish. Do I even need to talk about this suit? It's an 11 out of 10. So in all seriousness, it's an 11 out of 10. This is peak Marvel Rivals Gooner skin. The black symbiote, the red, you know me and my reds and my black. The breastplate has this like weird scorpion. No, it's a spider scorpion thing. The null symbol on the forehead is kind of hypnotizing. For her crown, she has the floating crown in the back. But I think the best part about this entire thing, her coat behind her is a see-through cloak, so you can stare at her ass. 11 out of 10. Well, our first Fantastic Four first step suit is going to be Johnny. And I know that I've made a separate video talking about these suits in their live action form. A lot of my opinions are going to be based around that, but the main thing that I don't like about Johnny's suit is I don't like that the white runs down the sleeves. That's really my biggest thing with this outfit. I think the rest of the suit is pretty decent. It has that sort of like old-timey retro feel, obviously because of the film, and I think it translates well to Marvel Rivals here. The sweater like pattern with all the different like, you know, like the lines and stuff. On this outfit, I don't really like it as much. I think it looks a little too awkward, especially on the legs. Definitely not my favorite design for the Fantastic Four. I think it does translate decently into Marvel Rivals here, and oh yeah, that's right, he has a 4 on the shoe. That's just very cute, actually. Wait, why does he have a zipper on the back? Do you guys see that? It's very odd. I'm gonna give it a like 6-ish. So this one is a bit better. The design on the pants isn't as crazy. I think that this is a much better translation. Like, I just like this suit better in general because the white doesn't run down the sleeves. It's just the white collar. And I just like the way that the lines are on this one significantly more. It doesn't feel as distracting. Oh, she has a zipper on the back too. Why do they have zippers on the back? I thought it was supposed to be a sweater. I haven't watched this film, by the way, so a lot of my points may be invalidated because of that, but I don't care. I think that the Vanessa Kirby resemblance for the hair looks really good. Overall, though, this one I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Still not really my favorite design, and like the lines are, when I see it here, aren't really doing it for me. Overall, still a pretty solid outfit. Iron Fist got the Phoenix Fist skin, and I really love this outfit. It looks good, mainly because it's red and black. I love the Phoenix design for the chest plate. The Iron Fist mask makes him look like a Nightwing character, and he looks great. And also because his hair is black and it's slicked back, and it reminds me of my boy Dick Grayson. What can I tell you? I think the arm gauntlets and the leg gauntlets look good. It's the shoulder pads that I don't really like. It makes it look a little too bulky, in my opinion. You should just show the deltoids, my man. Like, that's what the people want to see. They don't want the shoulders covered. And ooh, the bandana's on fire, and there's that Phoenix logo in the back too. Yeah, he is going to get an 8 out of 10 as well. Maybe like a 7.5. I might be a little too generous. So Iron Man got what is called the Extreme Bio armor, and this one I'm a little bit confused by, because why is the symbiote brown? His right arm being significantly larger than his left arm. It just looks weird. Obviously, it's a different armor type anyways, because it's like this dark purple-ish armor, and the symbiotes being crawling around and like forming around the armor is a pretty neat concept. It just looks really awkward on the suit overall, like especially because it's brown. It just looks like, no pun intended, shit. I do like how half of his face is exposed because of the Iron Man mask, but also because of the symbiote. And then the other half is just like his regular face. I wish that we could see his face in something like the Superior Iron Man suit, but I really feel like the best part about this entire outfit is that the MVP animation and the intro has the Jarvis clip that meme. It's gonna get like a 5. It's really not that great at all. So this was the very last thing in the battle pass. Jeff the symbiote shark, and oh my god, it's a 10 out of 10. It's beautiful. Look at the little guy. He's so terrifying and cute. I love it. There really isn't much else to say. It's just Jeff the shark, but with the symbiote. I especially love how his collar is just symbiote spikes. I never knew that something so terrifying could be so cute. It's getting an 11 out of 10. So our first summer set skin is actually going to be from Luna Snow. And this skin is also probably going to be a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. These summer outfits, they really cooked with. Stylish swimsuit that has white and black because light and dark is her thing. The ice leggings too. And I just realized that she's wearing ice heels. The hair looks good, and I love how it matches the swimsuit. It gets a 10 out of 10. Phoenix Demon. You know what? This one is also really good. She looks like a punk rocker. Yes, she does. And like, you know, the Phoenix logo in the back. I like the X-Men logo on the back of the trench coat. A little bit of flames on the trench coat as well. The logo on the front looks good. And obviously, because this is kind of her thing, she has an entire arm that just has the spike gauntlets and the other one doesn't. It does look really cool that way. And can't go wrong with the leggings and the chains wrapping around it. And then the spiky boots. So 11 out of 10. Now, Darkchild. I love how, like a Super Saiyan transformation, she just gets armored up. Like, she's more armored up here than she is on the actual skin. It looks really funny, and I love the mask too. The mask with the Phoenix wings, it looks pretty good. 11 out of 10 still. So Mantis got a Twitch drop skin, and it looks really good. There isn't as much blue on this one, or at least like not noticeably blue. It's a lot more subtle here, but primarily it's just a purple and black recolor, and I think it looks really solid. I'll give it a like 6 or a 7 out of 10 because it is just a recolor. The color tones and the way that they're presented on the suit, they look really good. It's very visually pleasing. Purple is just not her color, unfortunately. Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. This suit is almost identical to Sue's. I don't know which one I like more, the white collar or the blue collar. I think the blue collar looks a lot sleeker. In general, I like having the white collar. It's a bit odd. On this suit, I think it really works though, and there's a zipper again. I can't believe I never noticed that. And also too, I think that Reed being the only one with a blue collar kind of shows that he's the leader. The Pedro Pascal resemblance isn't 100% there. He just has the beard and the mustache. I think it looks good overall. The more I'm thinking about it, like all of the sweater lines, as I'm gonna call them, didn't really translate all that well to Marvel Rivals. Like especially these ones on the side, it just looks like it's part of the suit texture and it looks a bit lower quality. I'll give it the same score Thor's suits, so like a 7 out of 10-ish. Moon Knight's looks really, really, really dope. I love the red. I love the white. The way that it's kind of integrated looks pretty good. The gold armor on top of it gives him that like, warrior-like status. Here is the only thing I don't like. The mask looks really silly. On this side, it looks like his mouth is covered, and it could look kind of cool that way. But on the other side, only like half of it is covered up. But put them together, and I think it looks really silly. That is the one thing I do not like about this costume. Otherwise, I would give it like a 9 or a 10 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. However, y'all, the MVP animation on this thing, like, dude, look at this. Magnificent. Jesus Christ, they are cooking with these outfits, dude. It's weird having a fire phoenix skin for a water character, and that's really the biggest thing, so I'm trying to ignore that. I don't really like the flames for the mask. I think that's a bit too much, especially because his chest plate is also on fire. It looks solid enough. The flame wings look absolutely hilarious, though. I just realized it's his eyebrows that are on fire, but his eyebrows are covered up by like a mask. But why do you have a mask for your eyebrows? That's just kind of odd. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. The Wasteland mech was Penny's new skin that just released this past week. I think what I love the most about this skin is that the mech just straight up looks like a transformer. He looks like Bumblebee. It gives that very Wasteland junkyardy feel, and like you can see that on his various joints, they're like internal car parts. Like you can see the wiring and whatnot. I think that it looks really cool that way. And then his actual armor pieces are just the pieces that you would see from a car. I do kind of wish that this light wasn't out, though. It just looks kind of awkward just dangling there. And then Penny just straight up looks like a Borderlands character. Like, really? Like, she does. I am going to give it a 8 out of 10. Symbiote Raccoon is terrifying as hell, man. The jetpack having the symbiote, like, come on. That's a bit of a stretch, but I'll roll with it. But I love how it looks like he's still wearing a jacket, but it's just the symbiote teeth, and it can just like crunch up on him at any time. It's like a plant. He looks so terrifying, and it really is like the part that would outline his eyebrows and like the squint gives him that little bit of extra craziness that I absolutely love. 9 out of 10. This right here is my favorite intro in the entire game, by the way. Like, especially for an original one. Oh my god. It looks beautiful. And like I said earlier, this is the other half of the Phoenix Chaos set, and this looks leagues better than the one that they gave Phoenix. This one has that galaxy effect. It still kind of bothers me just a smidge, but at this point, it's just kind of me being nitpicky. God damn those legs, though. Oh my god, you see those tattoos there? You thought I was simping over her legs, but I was actually simping over the tattoo. Primarily purple with a little bit of gold. I think it just looks way better this way, especially because it's like an actual dress and you can see the phoenix feathers from the dress, obviously extending to the tailcoats there. The hair looks beautiful. I love the breastplate and how it has the phoenix wings. And then she has a phoenix slash Scarlet Witch crown. This skin looks wonderful. I really like it. I gotta give a big shout out to my boy Joker. He actually gifted me this costume shortly after it came out, and I really appreciate that. 10 out of 10. Absolutely love the skin. Even with the galaxy effects, maybe I'll use it long enough and I'll finally get over this. And now we have Spider-Man giving us our symbiote suit, the long-awaited black suit. Here's the biggest thing about this suit that I'll tell you guys about real quick, okay? I do not like this symbiote skin as much as other symbiote skins. I think that the way that the symbiote looks here is very much in line with how the symbiote would form and design itself around the Marvel Rivals Spider-Man character. Like, and the best example that I can give, Marvel Spider-Man 2. A lot of people did not like that symbiote design. It looked very, like, techie. The reason why it looked that way is because the symbiote took inspiration around what Peter was already wearing from his actual suit, right? And isn't that kind of how the symbiote works? Like, it can take that shape and form and like of like kind of what the user would like think. But yeah, a lot of people were mad that the alien suit just looked alien, and I think that it, again, is not my favorite design for the symbiote. All the different lines that he has here is just a smidge distracting, and I wish it was more streamlined like it was in the original symbiote suit. I think that the Venom pattern looks pretty decent, but it goes past his arm into the deltoid, onto the bicep a little bit, and then comes back around. And then the same thing with the bottom web, it goes underneath his armpit. Like it's like little shit like that I personally don't like as much. However, if I were to take this and this, you can see where the symbiote would get the inspiration from for the costume and the spider logo. So it works a little bit better in that case, but just in general, yeah, I gotta agree, it's not my favorite, but I still think it looks pretty solid for what it is, and maybe we'll get an actual classic black symbiote costume. I'm still gonna give it like a 7 out of 10 because it still looks decent. Like, it's not awful. It works for this game, it works for this Spider-Man, but obviously it's just not the classic costume. All right, so up next we have Squirrel Girl, and I need you guys to contain yourselves because way too many people are comfortable sharing their opinions online with this skin. Yeah, it sure is something, all right. Jesus fucking Christ, that I can't do. It's symbiote Squirrel Girl. She has the different voice effect, and yeah, the logo, like the Venom symbiote logo, looks pretty nice. Why is there a gem in the middle? Like, a couple of these have had gems in the middle. I just don't know why it's there. I think it looks fine because it's like a nice centerpiece, though. 10 out of 10. Poor Nugget also got infected by the symbiote. No, not Nugget. Tippy Toe. I don't know why the fuck I said Nugget. Tippy Toe gets a 10. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna move on. Star-Lord got a new skin. This was a hard skin to get, from my knowledge anyways. This is the Ignite Star-Lord for the 2025 mid-season finals. And this skin looks pretty decent. It's a pretty nice color combination. Primarily black for the coat, some blue accents, and then a little bit of yellow, a little bit of gold. And then he has kind of like this goldish hair that looks pretty nice too. I will say, in comparison to his other colors, like this one and this one, it's a bit weaker. I kind of wish they leaned more into the black and yellow and gold instead of having the blue in there as well, but that's just me. Probably in that like 5-ish out of 10 range. Like, it's cool that it's here. A nice costume for people who are able to get it. It is one of those like watch Twitch for free and get this skin, you know? And I was also one of the streamers that was able to like participate in where if you watched my specific streams, you would get this. So that was also really cool. Just as a Marvel Rivals partner, I was able to do that. Symbiote Storm. I like this one a little bit less than the other symbiote skins, just because now I think I'm starting to see the symbiote fatigue a little bit. It kind of has the same problem that the Spider-Man one has. It's just very texturized, kind of busy a little bit, actually. The hair looks really good, especially with the symbiote stuff. I love how the eyebrows actually have the lightning bolt shape, and she still has the earrings. So is the symbiote making the earrings? Yeah, in general, it just feels like a lot. Actually, why is there... You guys see that like low res texture on the suit? I don't know what that's about. I am probably gonna give it a like 6 or a 7 out of 10. Yeah, like around that range. Probably more like a 7 because it still looks pretty cool. There's a bit here that makes me not like it as much as the other symbiote designs. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the thong. It gets a 10 out of 10. It is the thing in a Speedo and a Hawaiian necklace, and I am done talking. One of the most highly requested skins for very obvious reasons. I have this equipped, and it's gonna take quite a bit for me to take it off. Up next, we have the symbiote thing, and much like Groot, I just can't really see symbiote thing. He's very bulky. Like, it looks like he's wearing the symbiote armor with like the spikes and shit, and it looks very terrifying, but also, oh my god, what is that tongue doing? With the blue tongue sticking out, like freaking yikes. So I like how he has the symbiote, like, you know, the white, right? Like, it's a circle and then it goes around his back, yada yada. But it's cool that he has this bluish texture to make the 4. Like, it's separate, so it makes it stand out instead of it just being white. And that's cool. Oh my god, that tongue. I'm sorry, I can't. I am gonna settle at a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Looks pretty good. So maybe I'm not going crazy, but this one also feels a little bit low texture too. I don't know if it's the PlayStation or if that's just the way that the skin look. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I'm gonna try to ignore that. Like, my thoughts on it are relatively the same as Johnny's. The lines make it look really distracting and like kind of busy. I don't like the white running down the sleeves, but I think it works a little bit better on Ben than it does on Johnny. He has so many 4s that he's basically a walking advertisement. Let's count them out. He has 1, 2, 1 on that side, 1 on that side, so it's 4. I bet he has 1 underneath his shoe. It would be really awkward if he had more than 4 4s though. This one, I'm going to give a 6 or a 7 out of 10, because the other thing too, and this is just a me thing, him with a shirt just looks a little odd. I know this is different. In this universe, he's a bit more of a celebrity, so he can't just be walking around without a shirt. I just don't like thing with a shirt. I'm sorry. I gave this skin a 10 out of 10. Why do you think I would give the skin where he's covered up the same treatment? Now we have Thor's summer skin. I really don't like this skin. I think it looks so silly. I think if they leaned less into the lifeguard, like goofy aesthetic, I think it would look a bit better. I don't really like what he has here with the Loki and the Hela plushies. I think that the frog, like obviously it's like the Thor frog for Mjolnir. It's cute, but I don't know, man. Like, straight up, just give me shirtless Thor without this thing and a hammer, and like, I'll give it a fucking 11. It leans a little too much into the silliness, and I don't really like that as much. Funny enough, I think that Marvel Avengers Thor in his swimsuit outfit looks better than this. Quite unfortunately, actually. And I think that the shades and the bandana also don't help with that. So this one I'm gonna have to give like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 4 even. So Gold Ultron was the ranked reward for the very end of season 2. It's Ultron, and he's gold with purple and blue. I am gonna give him a 7 out of 10. So this is our first Venom skin in quite a while that is not a recolor. And I think I can speak for everyone when I say they should give us more recolors instead of this, because what the hell is this? This looks quite ridiculous. I do not like the Phoenix stuff. He looks like a fucking bird. It doesn't look cool. The biggest novelty that I can give with this skin is that you can see his face. So we now know what Eddie Brock looks like in this game, and that's cool. But why is his tongue still sticking out like that? And why can I do this with the tongue? Why does the tongue have jiggle physics right now? I should not be able to do this right now. And the tail too, like, oh my gosh, it looks so silly. I can't with this skin. I think it looks so stupid. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with this skin. I'm giving it like a 4 out of 10. It looks dumb as shit. I don't like it. Give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. Don't give me this. Don't give me this, and especially don't give me that. This is another one of those skins where it's half symbiote and half Phoenix. And once again, I think that it would just look a little bit better if they leaned into one and not the other. With Bucky, I guess it makes sense. Like, his arm is a metal arm, right? It's separate from like him, but why is the symbiote the arm? Wouldn't it make more sense to have the Phoenix armor be the metal arm? Like, what happens when he uses his ultimate attack? Like, we'll take a look at it in a second. Like, and it has more symbiote than it does Phoenix, so it looks a bit better that way. I feel like it should be backwards, you know, or like, you know, it's full symbiote and then just the arm is the Phoenix skin. Here's the other thing that I really don't like. The mask being the beak looks so stupid. I get what they're going for because the top half is the symbiote, and it kind of has like the Winter Soldier Raccoon eye effect, so that looks cool. Beak looks stupid. It really does. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10, maybe even a 5. So what does this MVP look like when he's nope, it's not that one. It's oh, that looks so stupid. Like, it's the metal. Oh, that looks so dumb. All right, and our last skin that we have for this season is Phoenix Force Wolverine. Flame effects on this one are freaking amazing. Can I just say that, like, in the sound effect where he does the Pharaoh leap, it does like the eagle. thing. Like, it's so cool. The rest of the skin also looks pretty nice. Like the red and the black base with the gold armor, and like the armor isn't really like super prevalent. I don't really like where it's wrapping around his arm. That's like the only place I don't really like. I want to see the guns. I want to see the guns, but that's really it. I think the rest of it looks cool. Where does the claw pop out? God damn, that's cool. And of course, he has flame claws. You cannot go wrong with the flame claws. The mask being like, he has the wings that he normally does on the Wolverine mask, but they're on fire, and the chest piece too. A little bit of fire on the back too. However, I feel like if you remove all of the Phoenix shit, this is one of those outfits where I think he would look like a wrestler. With the Phoenix armor, it looks really cool. I'm going to give it a 7.5, maybe an 8-ish out of 10. And those are my thoughts on every Season 3 Marvel Rivals skin. So let me know in the comments which ones were your favorite, which ones were your least favorite, and what skins you would like to see in the upcoming season. So thank you guys again so much for watching. And if you want to see more content like this from me, you can subscribe and follow me on all of my other social media platforms, all of which house similar content that I have here on this channel. And if you want to watch another video of mine, you can check it out over on this side of the screen over here. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.